So you have to ask yourself 5 questions that I am gonna tell you. Okay, do take out your paper and pen so that you can write it down and make notes of these things as well. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how do you increase focus while doing Coding Mafia, so that you can achieve your own dreams that you have seen, and for that you are working like really hard for that. So how do you focus and achieve your dream company very easily? Okay, so lot of time I have seen there are people during exam, you may have seen that they just read and do things just for 3-4 hour max or 2 hours max, or maybe 3-4 hours max, just read the notes of their friends and they get score of 80-85%. Although there were people who were like putting their efforts for so much of the time, like since 10 days, 20 days, but a guy was there, he just read the notes for just 3-4 hours of time and they were able to do more in the same time. So it's all about the focus. And what will gonna happen if you have that kind of focus on every single day? So how do you develop that kind of focus on every single day? Okay, so first of all, if you not feel very excited right away, just think of the first day when you joined Coding Mafia, when you didn't know anything about the very first 0 day of Coding Mafia live. Okay, when we were here and the next morning we started with the oath and everything was like quite random. You didn't know कि क्या होने वाला है, what will be done and all. And just see yourself how much far you have came through all these days. Okay, so just make sure you note out and pinpoint these things in your notes. Okay, I'm just about to show you 5 good questions that you have to ask daily basis. So ask yourself these 5 questions. Okay, first one, did I do my best to set clear goals? So basically, let's say right now your goal is to crack product based company. Do you even know what are exact steps for that you have to take? Okay, are you able to set a clear goals? Sometimes what people do, they are also working for product based companies, so they are working for DSL Go. They are also doing all different things like preparing for Google Summer of Code, applying for let's say hackathons and various different things. So are you clear to set your goals? What is your current agenda, let's say for next 20 days, for next 30 days? Okay, next one, so did I do my best to make a progress? Am I doing my best steps? Am I taking right steps to make a progress so that I can achieve my best, so that I am moving toward my aim? So let's say your aim was to land in a product based company, Amazon or Google or Facebook or Paytm or Flipkart or Morgan Stanley or anyone, and you are working for Google Summer of Code. Okay, so are you making a progress toward your goal or not? So you have to figure out first whether your aim is product based company, Google Summer of Code, ACM ICPC, or working for your own startup, going for MTech, MBA. What is your aim exactly? And are you taking enough steps for that? So did I do my best to make a progress? And third, which is very important, did I do my best to be happy? Did I do my best to be happy? Because if you are not happy, अगर यार तुम लोग खुश ही नहीं हो, दिल से चीजें नहीं कर रहे हो, then you won't be able to sit day and night for one single thing. Until and unless you are just doing one single thing in the whole day, you will not gonna enjoy it, because so many threads will gonna disrupt you again and again, because human mind works like that. You have to focus on one single thing. If you are not focusing on one single thing, everything that you will gonna do will gonna miss. Okay, I can give you a very clear short example for this. Lot of time I have seen people pinging me up that right now bhaiya I am doing this Coding Mafia, what should I do next? First of all, if you are doing Coding Mafia, you must not think that what I will be doing after 30 days. So let me give you the very clear cut example. Why is it so that we must not think future, although we must see dreams are allowed. Okay, so you must not think about the past, only learn from the past, the mistakes you made. Okay, so let me show you why it's not a good idea to try to control two things in a parallel way. So okay, let's say there is a thing which is called X and there is a thing which is called Y. So what happens generally is people are spending times of their day 2 hours on for this thing, X thing, to achieve. So let's say these two are their goals and 2 hours for this thing, and similarly for others as well. And let's assume to reach to the maximum aim of this X, to achieve this whole aim, you need to spend, let's say, 10,000 hours. This is the principle again, 10,000 hour rule. Okay, I do not remember the name exactly. It's Machiavelli something, 10,000 hour rule. So basically, if you do anything for 10,000 hours, you become master of it. Malcolm Gladwell. Okay, so if you are not, so if you want to master the X or if you want to master Y, there is a rule that you need to spend these many hours. Okay, so if you are doing this, and let's see, if you are working, instead of let's say you are working 10 hours, you have 10 hours for a particular aim in total. So you can achieve and you can be master of anything. 10,000 divided by 10, which comes around to be 1,000, which is lesser than 3 years. Okay, so you can become a master for one particular thing in just less than 3 years of your life. Let's say you want to become a very big, very great competitive programmer. You want to become very great developer. You want to become a hacker. You want to become a guitarist. Okay, anything if you want, you need to spend 10,000 hours consistently to focus on that particular thing. So now what will happen if you are applying 2 hours on this one and 2 hours on this one, and you have 5 such different tasks? So you can see, if you have 5 such different tasks, instead of applying those 10 hours on daily basis for one single thing, you can see this will gonna take 15 years, which you don't have, right? Which you don't have. That's why people are not able to master anything. So if let's say to achieve the X, you need to proceed through these much hours to achieve X, let's say, and to achieve Y also you need to do this. So if you keep switching between these two, we also like get very disrupted when we change our mind from one task to another task. We need rest in between. But if we are doing just one single thing, we can do it very lovably and very easily, because it is just very one single thing. So the whole aim is you have to focus on one thing. So from this day onwards in your all life, okay, just make sure what is your long term aim, what is your short term aim. Then you can plan out anything on a weekly basis. Okay, you must divide your things on a weekly basis, that for this week I'll be doing this and this will gonna help me to achieve my aim. So let's say to reach your aim, Amazon or Google, okay, let's say you want to get selected into Amazon, you know that you need to cover up competitive programming, data structure, algorithm, OOPS, networking and all. So you can divide that the 4th weeks of this thing, the coding mafia, like we are doing, okay, we have divided in various different sectors. First week is something like we are just increasing our speed. Second week is like learning about more STL and working on different syntax. Okay, third week is around solving hard level problems or any topic, then solving even more harder problems from any single topic which is asked in interviews. Okay, so based on the things, if you are dividing your tasks weekly, the things become really easy to achieve your aim. Instead of you just achieve this much, you can achieve this much, because in 20% of the time you are achieving 80%, which is again a Pareto principle, you can say. Okay, this is called Pareto principle. This is what happens when your exams are going on. That's why you become so much productive. You are able to cover 80% of your book in 20% of the time. Instead, when it was not a exam day, you were taking so much time to cover up the book, and you were taking 80% time to cover just 20%, because you were not doing it with a certainty. You haven't made a plan for it. Okay, so that's what I want to say. So just make a weekly plan and make yourself happy, because it's not like you just need to keep switching and getting panic, and you must not get influenced by any single thing which people are doing around you. So you must connect with the people around you who matches your frequency. Once you have your frequency known to you, you will be easily finding the same kind of people around you. If you make yourself get connected with them, you will gonna be very happy. Okay, so did I do my best to be fully engaged? Am I doing something so that I am fully engaged with my whole day? So like what we are doing, we are sending you one particular session, you are watching it out, you are making the notes from it, then you are trying to submit the problems shown in the video, then you are updating sheet, you are trying out new problems. If you are not able to solve, you are then checking other people's solution. If you are not able to understand, you are skipping it. If you are able to understand and you just saw that this is very beautifully written code, then you must note it down. So just make yourself very engaged with the things. Who all are clear till here, or if you have any doubts, just comment down. If you have any doubts still here, or if you want to ask anything, you can just ping here. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can comment down. Doubt must not be related to any topic, I would say, like coding. Anything else, like where you are losing, what problems you are facing, a generic doubt not related to like data structures and algorithm, and any general doubt which you have right now because of which you are stuck. Okay, so the next thing, so you must engage yourself with a very sharp plan, that this is what I need to do and I will be doing this exactly, so that I am doing step by step and I am reaching toward my goal. Because if you don't have exact plan, then you will not gonna know how much I have executed. For example, if you are just opening Geeks for Geeks and just keep doing questions, you will never gonna know कि यार मैंने कितना कर लिया और मेरा कितना बचा है. But if you have a very strict plan, okay, I have to cover up these many questions, I have to cover up this book. I guess we are live again. So just comment if it's fine now. Is it fine now? Okay, perfect. So let's get back to the slides. So when you have already prioritized and you have sorted the things, I guess there is some issue again. So can you guys comment if you are able to check the live session, or is it loading again? Okay, perfect. Everything is working fine now. So I guess it's working fine now. Okay, perfect. So you need to prioritize the things, and you need to pick top 5 priority wise. Okay, so whatever is important for you, like connecting with good coders, making yourself surrounded by good coders, making yourself a very good programmer considering data structures and algorithm, working on full stack development, which is very on top priority these days considering lots of startups hire full stack developers, lots of product based companies hire full stack developers. Whatever is important, like taking interviews with with each other. Okay, you can have mock interviews with your friends, you ask him one question, he asks one question with you. So these kind of things will be very important for all of you. And the last thing that I told you, the resume. If you don't have very good resume, then it will not gonna work. Although we'll be sending you in the last week of Coding Mafia the template of resume, which you have to focus on. What are the key points when you are building resume? Okay, so never think about the other 20 again. Whatever war needs in the lower side of your priority, you have to just skip them. You don't have to. So it's more like when you get stuck on a very particular question for, let's say, an array hash map, you don't need to get stuck, because it will never gonna matter in a longer run if you just got stuck to one particular question out of 20 of them. Okay, because if else they 20 will take time away from the 5 that really matters to you. So you have to choose in a such a way that you are moving in the right direction and you are just focusing on one particular thing. So we have a question from Ria. Sir, which is more important to learn, new concepts and techniques to solve, or to solve more number of questions with the previous concepts? Okay, so Ria, every time when you feel like you are getting stuck, okay, if you are feeling that you are getting stuck, then just skip for some few days, and then you can come back to the thing. Okay, because you may have seen a lot of times that a question which you were not able to solve 10 days before, sometimes it happens, you click it and you think, oh, this question यार ये तो ऐसे हो जाएगा. कई बार हमें बाद में समझ आता है कि यार ये वाला क्वेश्चन ऐसे हो सकता है. ओके, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव टू बी, अगर हम प्रोग्रामिंग की बात करें, यू हैव टू बी वेरी स्ट्रिक्टली in the competitive programming. You have to be very clear with only one language that matters to you. And for other things, for the development part, from the perspective of the companies, you have to choose one particular thing, and I will gonna recommend all of you Java, because most of the people around me who are successful are working in Java. My sister Suruchi, Bhavna, me, and a lot of my friends who were from Media.net, DirectEye. So they are all Java developers or they are data scientists. But the problem with the data scientists is most of the people will not get job in their freshers time. So first 2 years, 3 years of your life may be very struggling if you just want to get into data scientist thing. Just because these will be very rare. But if you consider and talk about the Java thing, this will be very much higher probable. So these were the rules from the Warren Buffett. Now let's come back to this thing. So this is our fourth slide. Did I do my best to prioritize things? Oh, this was my fifth slide. Okay, so this is how you ask these 5 questions. So you must ask these 5 questions every single day. And coming back to the real thing, which is more important to learn new concepts? Okay, so if you are learning more new concepts, some of the times you have seen like working on these platform, always you will gonna figure out new techniques. So anything you find new, you have to note it down. Just because after having 3 months, 4 months or 6 months or after an year, you will not be remembering those things. So you need to have very good notes with you so that you can revise them up when you are very closer to your interviews. Okay, so we have next questions from the audience, from Lohit. Okay, can you explain about the off-campus procedure, how different it is from campus placements? Okay, so you are asking me about off-campus procedure versus campus placements. Okay, so although we will cover this in the video as well, which we have sent to you, but let me take it here as well. So when we talk about campus placement versus off campus, both have very different behavior, you can say. Campus, off campus. If you take my example, I got lot of chances from my campus itself because I was in DTU. So on the day of 0, I got a chance to get written test for Microsoft. Then a lot of companies coming in like Goldman Sachs was there, Qualcomm, D-Shaw. There were so many. Okay, so I kept giving these written tests, aptitude tests, and I kept failing again and again. And then eventually Google came up, and I was not able to up to the mark. CGPA failed. Okay, lower CGPA, then again failure. More companies, again failure. I was waiting for exactly which will be like totally tech company, so that I'm not getting stuck in HR interviews or written test or aptitude test kind of a thing. So here comes in the DirectEye, which I cracked. So this is how on campus goes. Like you get so many opportunities if you are from a good college, but if you are not from such a college in which so many companies coming in, okay, then what you can do is, then you have to apply through your network, or you must have very strong skills. So you must have very strong skills, which I would say one of them is having back-end skills. Okay, back-end, full stack. Just because if you talk about 80% of the companies, 80% of the companies or 90% of the companies will gonna have their back-end server, right? They will be having their back-end server so that they can connect with the IT market. They must have their server. So if you talk about Google, Facebook, Amazon, Flipkart, everything have their own server. If they don't even need machine learning guy, they will always gonna need back-end or full stack developers. And considering the fact why Java is important, just because most of the product based companies love to do their tech in the Java for the backend system, because it is highly maintainable, it is very safe, and the best part is Even if 100 plus people, 500 plus people are coding on one single code, it is easily managed to it is very easily to manage a Java code written libraries, just because it is purely object oriented based and highly structured language. Okay, and we have very so many good tools like IntelliJ and all, which will be very useful to develop. And we have very good communities out there which will gonna we have communities out there which will make it very easy for you to debug. Okay, so your things will be very easy for that and life will be smooth. So you must have very strong skills first of all if you are applying for off campus. So if you have these all skills, then you can easily apply to startups or you can do your own startup, right? Secondly, this was the first thing that will gonna matter. Second thing that will gonna matter is, although these strong skill can be applied to here as well. So when it is your final round, because there is no like resume filtering before, so when it is about your final round and they have 4 candidates in line and they just want to hire 2 of them, so they will gonna pick those who has the best skills. So if you have these skills, why they would like to make you trained, go through the training part? If you have already these skills, then you are ready enough to get started in their company. Okay, so you must have these kind of skills in your resume. And the second thing and most important thing is network. Because if you are not connected with very good seniors and you are not trying to get connected to seniors on LinkedIn, seniors from your college, from Coding Mafia, so you will not be able to forward your resume. Okay, so there are 2-3 ways of forwarding a resume, either through the network of the LinkedIn, through the Coding Mafia network, the all people over here who are very excited and doing so much, and you know them that they are from NIT, IIIT Delhi, so you already know it that they will gonna crack in their final years and in the internship time. So you must get connected with all of them. You must try to save their numbers, having conversation with them, so that you are always connected and you are never lagging behind and you are very much updated with every single thing. Okay, so these things will gonna matter. But on campus, it will be like easily you are getting so many chances and it's all about so much people you are competing with. And because the main thing is, people get demotivated by the crowd around you, just because you are seeing that there are so many people getting plays and I am not getting plays. So when this happened till here on the 10th day, I was so demotivated on the 10th day when Google came in and I was having very low CGPA. So I was having 7.2 and I needed 7.5. So then I decided, okay, whatever I have, I will not worry about that. I will just keep working on my things and I will gonna try hard. Eventually I landed into my dream career. Okay, so these things are different, you can say, in off campus and campus. So you can see, if you are applying off campus, in the final round the skills will gonna matter, and they will gonna matter. Yes, they will gonna matter, but in your final round. So first 3 rounds will be easy, and the final round they will gonna check your resume, which may be issue for all of you. So in any case, after Coding Mafia, you must go for full stack development. And we have made it very easy for all of you. And we know the exact problems the people face and don't have exact career paths. So knowing about the Coding Mafia itself, you may have seen already that what you could have covered in 2 years of span. Okay, you are able to do that in just 31 days, right? Because if you would not have decided it at the right point of time, you may have been lagging still. But today itself you are so much happy that you decided that. So if people around you are also there who doubt about these things, is it possible? Do tell them the truth, because there is so much fear around the people. So if you have very good connected friends who are really passionate about the things and not able to figure out things, do tell them about this thing, so that you are also making them learn and inspire and grow. Okay, so let's move to the next questions we have. How to prepare for placement? What should be my strategy for from now? Okay, from Sandeep we have this question. So I have already cleared that it is a mix of, so let me just make it very clear. Because I told you right away, first you must make a plan, right? So you have a X, which is right now Coding Mafia, and you have Y, you have Z, but don't mix until and unless these 31 days are over. Don't think about like what X is there, what Y is there, what Z is there. Just focus on this thing. Don't focus what I have to do after Coding Mafia right now. Okay, you will gonna figure it out very easily. So I have already told you that these are the things which you must do once Coding Mafia is done. Okay, which I have told you as a strategy. We have next question from Jayant. Should we go for Java development or machine learning with Python? So Jayant, let me tell you the reality. Okay, so if you are talking about ML with Python, and you talk about Java plus full stack development. Okay, so this is one thing, this is another thing. So if you are thinking about that I must do this, so why would you do this? Let's break it down. Why would you do this and why would you do this? So let's say you are doing this. The whole purpose is to create a hype in your resume. If you want to create a hype in your resume that you are very up to the mark and you are doing and working on current technologies which are in the market out there, then only go for the ML and Python. And if you think that in a longer term, after 2-3 years, you will be looking for going into like data scientist field or analysis or product manager, somewhere around the research area. Okay, then you must go for this. Second point, which ML or Python, which makes it, because we have 5 weeks course, so you can see if you just want to be very quick and you want to submit some projects, then you must go for ML and Python with us, because it's just a 5-week thing and you are getting trained for Python and ML both in just 5 week of time. And you haven't so in just first week of time you will be able to cross 3-star, 4-star, 5-star on HackerRank for Python, and from the next week you will be able to start machine learning and all concepts and libraries and everything from the scratch, and 7+ projects covered. So if you are looking for something which is around projects, not like opportunities, I would say, because there will be no opportunities for machine learning and Python developers, considering the thing that this course doesn't include backend. Okay, because the companies out there needs backend if you are going for a startup or product based companies. So why would you do this? Let's say you want to become a very good developer and you want to do some scalable projects. You want to use real life tools, okay, which are used in the product based companies, which are being covered by FSD course of Coding Mafia. So we use all the techniques and design patterns, system designs, everything from starting from variable thing of Java. Very starting from hello world of Java we will start with, and then moving to arrays, then going through multi-dimensional arrays, moving to array list, linked list, hash map, then going through for loop, while loop, so every basic thing, classes, objects, functions, then working on functions, polymorphism, inheritance, then going with, so within 2 weeks of your time, you will be able to crack 5 star or 5 plus or 6 plus stars coder on HackerRank for Java within just 2 weeks of time. And the next 2 weeks will be very amazing, just because you will be making some very exciting projects in which just one single click of your program, you are able to download all 400 recent songs of Bollywood, and just one click away you have all the data of recent Bollywood. So let's say, what is the name of the album, what is the song name, what is the duration of this song, and what is the download link to download this song for 128p, one for 256.8p. So every single detail about all these 400. So this is a one of the project that you will gonna do, and that too using multi-threading, which is a very complex area. And thing which is one of major thing that you will gonna do in your third week of the Java is, let's say you entered and given a program that say, let's say you just entered a keyword Albert Einstein. So just entering the Albert Einstein, you will be able to get all the data related to Albert Einstein in just one single click. This is done third week itself. So third week and fourth week is very awesome. And after that, 5th, 6th and 7th week, you will gonna work on very core backend development, working on databases, working on backend, and making your own Twitter. So after that, you will be able to make a scalable Twitter for yourself, make you able to make your own Quora. You can make your own Facebook. So you will be very surprised, like there are so many companies out there which are using Java out there for a scalable projects. Okay, so this is why you apply for Java SD. This is why you apply for Python to create Hype. 5 weeks, 7 projects. It is of 7 weeks. Okay, 7 to 8 weeks max. For scalable projects, real life working tools. So your resume will be so much good that you can apply. So this will gonna benefit in your final rounds, because the people will gonna see, okay, he already knows these things which we are already using. Like Postgres we are already using in this project. We are using Spring MVC, which is a framework for Java. We are using Redis, which is highly scalable, you can say database, memory cache, which is used everywhere. Okay, we'll be using IntelliJ, which is a tool or IDE, which is highly used by all industry out there. Okay, so these kind of things will be very useful, including like multi-threading, like all 400 songs you are downloading, not just like sequentially you are downloading first song, then second song, third song, because this will gonna take time. Instead of that, you are running parallel threads, you are doing a parallel programming or multi-threading, so that you are doing it in a parallel way. So in just 5 minutes of your time, you have all the data with you in just one single click. Okay, so multi-threading is also covered in just third week and fourth week, and everything is made very easy. So you can say this is full stack development made easy, and this is Python and machine learning made easy. This is in 5 weeks, this is in 7 weeks. So next question I will gonna take. Sir, off-campus CGPA matters. Some of the times off-campus CGPA will gonna matter, obviously. Although I have seen for the CGPA off-campus, it's generally around 6 or 7. Sir, which would you prefer, mean stack or full stack? So this is a very good question, Badri. Why we always talk about Java, and why don't we think about, or we come up with a mean stack development? Let me cover this. So there is something which is mean stack. Okay, Node.js or something like that. And there is something which we are calling FSD by Coding Mafia, which is in Java. Right. So why does this we always say, and why not this? Because if you talk about the salary range, And if you talk about how many people are in the market, how many people you are are there in competition. Okay, if you wanna say Node.js, 80% of the people out there are doing Node.js, because of which what happens is the code in the industry is such like nobody is able to maintain the code of Node.js because things are not structured. There are so many unskilled JavaScript developers which are not able to write the structured code, and they are messing up with the servers. And Node.js or mean stack are not very structured because Java is a very object oriented programming and maintainable too because of its community and well structured multi-threading programming. So the one major thing is because of multi-threading programming. Okay, if I talk about multi-threading, this is a very advanced feature of Java which you may not get in Python, which you may not get in JavaScript, right? You are not getting this in JavaScript or Python. So to write very efficient, high scalable programs for product based companies, you need multi-threading where you can solve multiple tasks in just you can say running in parallel. Okay, that's why we have higher salary range. We have very high salary over here instead of here. Okay, although it is always good to have more things in your resume. So what you can do, you can have FSD in your resume with Java, and you also have mean stack, because in any case, let's say this gonna matter is this much and this is also matter. So if you are not able to get something from here, you are getting here, so you are just adding more probability by doing more things. It is always good to add, let's say, Android also. It is always good to add iOS also. It's not like just do one thing which so you can do lot of things, but if I would recommend, I will gonna recommend you FSD by Java. FSD Java by Coding Mafia. So tell me your CGPA and DTU. It was 7.2 and by 8th semester I did lot much and it crossed 7.5 at least. I have at most 1 month of leave. Badri is asking, I have at most 1 month of leave. Probably May. What should I do? Only coding practice or go for different technologies or both? So I have already told you, if you just have one single month, right? Never ever do multiple things. Never ever do until and unless you are fully done with X and you are saying, okay, I'm 80% done with X. Okay, so just try to complete one thing first. So just make sure at least you are good in first DS Algo things. Okay, which is Coding Mafia. Because if you haven't crossed a certain level, how you will gonna crack your third round? Your first and second round. First and second round will gonna matter by these DS Algo only. Third round will gonna matter in your backend skills and full stack development and all. The rest thing that you have done. So first, to create a good impact, first you must crack these initial rounds, which may be online tests initially or then the face to face. All of these in the product based companies you need DS Algo. So that's why Badri, you must first finish this DS Algo thing. Sahana Shetty has one more doubt. Sir, I am in the first year right now. So what should I give reference to internships, personal projects or hackathons or other competitions? Sahana, it's really great if you are in first year and you are doing Coding Mafia with us. So you must be very aware now that how much you need to do in just next 31 days, because you may not be able to go lot much, but you have exact path now that you need to follow. So your question is exactly, should I give preference to internship, personal projects, or hackathons or other competitions? So first of all, you must have good network if you are not from tier 2, tier 1 college, because in any case you need to forward your resume in future. Second thing, DS Algo is always important, which you are already doing. So go step by step. cover this up, then you can start with full stack development plus more dev. So for this, what you can do, you can just keep exploring things, working around it. So these three things that you can do, and then you have good resume. Once you have good resume, you will be easily able to get internship as well and placement as well. So both will be very easy after this. Next doubt we have from Sandeep. So can you explain me what SDE kind of work, responsibilities, etc. Okay, Sandeep, let me take this question. So Sandeep has a question: what kind of work does SDE do? Okay, so let's take this. This is a very good question I have come across after so many days. Okay, so if you are talking about SDE, software development engineer, what do they do exactly? Okay. So what do they do and why do what they do? Okay, so you may have seen, let's say I was in media.net, which is a part of DirectTie, and recently got acquired for $900 million by China company Milento. So what it was doing was, let's say you are going to Forbes.com, okay, or Meredith or New York Times or a lot of publishers which are around news and all. So if you are browsing through these websites, you may be reading an article, and let's say here is a box in which some keyword ads are shown. So how does these keywords appear on this page? So this needs lot of research and algorithm logic, and you need to have a backend around it. You need so many tools and working on servers, working on UI part, web development, working on databases, working on tools like Redis, RabbitMQ. Okay, Postgres, MySQL. So these kind of things you need to make this ad work, because you need to store so many things around it. Like from where this, let's say he is browsing in India, then you might show him Patanjali's ad. And let's say if he is watching this ad in United States, you may want to show him some different brand which is out there in the United States only. Okay, and based on his IP address, you want to track him from which country he's seeing this ad, what kind of previous pages he has explored, what kind of this page is exactly. Let's say this page is talking about fashion, so I must also show a fashion ad because he is right now interested in fashion thing, right? So there are so many parameters based on the user history. So these all parameters will gonna decide. Based on that, this is just the algo part. And to make it work, where do you gonna upload this backend code? How this will gonna run? For that, you need so many integration of the tools which will gonna work together and make this ad work on a scale of, let's say, 10 to the power 6 queries per second or 10 to the power 6 ads per second you are showing. So I remember the day, like there were so many millions of ads being shown in just one single day, right? So these things will gonna matter. That's why they are very important for a particular company, because they are doing so many things which will gonna be used by so many users out there. So let's talk about Quora. Let's say you get hired in Quora, so you will be developing things that which question should be shown to a user. Let's say if somebody is upvoting your answer, so how does it affect on the virality of this post, making this algorithm, making this thing work, that if someone is clicking on load more, if someone is clicking on load more, then this page must expand. Working on functionalities like login, sign up, okay, working on adding him as follower, updating your profile. So there are so many things that you have to work upon, and this is what we call as for full stack development. So most of the companies, when you are talking about SDE, you will gonna do full stack development or just back end development. So these kind of things you will gonna do. So we have next questions. Prudvi Naidu. Sir, we are learning CPP with DSL Go and you are telling Java is preferable. When I joined FSD course, it get confused with syntax, etc. What is the scenario? Prudvi, you are very correct. So why we are learning competitive in C, C++ and we are talking about FSD in Java? Okay, so the doubt is FSD in Java, but we are doing CP in C, C++. So let's talk about CP. So when you are talking about CP, you need something which is very fast. Okay, if you want something which is very fast, it can never be except C and C++ language, because you cannot apply multi-threading in the CP programs, right? But you can do that in full stack development or backend development. So CP is a good for C, C++. Secondly, most of the programmers or most of the community is using C, C++ for CP. If you talk about DS and Elco, most of the people are doing C, C++. So if you just check out discussion panels and all, you will gonna find C, C++. So that's why also you need C, C++. Next, the biggest reason I would say, interviewer problem. So if you say, if any interviewer is taking interview, whether he is from Java background, whether he is from Python background, from JavaScript background or any single background he will be knowing C, C++ so that you can clear your DSL Go round very easily. If you are trying to explain him some another language you are using, you may not be able to explain to him. So it's always better to write in C, C++. And why full stack Java? That I have already told you that it's much faster because of in backend development it is very strong, considering when you can do parallel programming. Let's say lots of users are giving you some requests and these can be parallelly programmed. But in case of CV, you need to take some input and you need to solve in sequential order, right? Then it might not be a good idea to apply multi-threading over there. Okay, so because of this interviewer problem, you need to do this in C, C++. But if you do everything in C, C++, there is no company, there are very rare companies which do backend development in C, C++. So there are companies which are regarding game development maybe, okay, because they want it very fast in the game industry. So next question we have, and in the full stack development, you are saying if I do this FSD, we have everything. We pre-assume in this course that you don't even know hello world of Java and you have not installed anything of Java. We're gonna cover that, so don't worry about that. What is a good salary to start with? Is 5 LPA good? बहुत अच्छा question है अभिषेक ये. Is 5 LPA is good or not? This is a very good question again. Is 5 LPA is good? So first of all, if you are from tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, any college, like, okay, if you are not able to get any chance, if you are like very stuck, you are not getting any resume, then always it is good to at least get this 5 LPA first of all, because there is nothing wrong to get a basic package, right? Once you have get it, just feel comfortable, have patience, and always dream high that you wanna reach 20 plus LPA at least. If you are a part of Coding Mafia or Coding Club family, just make sure you cross 20 LPA plus. Just keep your dreams high. So maybe not in next 6 months, not in 1 year, maybe in 1.5 year, 2 year, 3 year, you will gonna end up over here very easily if you just keep planning for it and just keep taking small steps, right? So Abhishek, just keep working on it. So it is always good because it will give you some satisfaction at least. But never get satisfied. Just keep your dream so that you just get into product based companies. And if you don't get into it, just keep switching. Once you get into it, you can keep switching so that your package increase every single time, because when you switch a company, it is generally 20 to 30% high. So if you are in a 5 LPA company, then you can apply again any single startup or whatever, then you will be easily able to grab, let's say, 7.5 LPA, maybe 7.5. Once you reach 7.5, then you can again switch to get somewhere around 9.5 or 10. Then again you can switch and you can get 12, or you can directly jump over here. So there are so many patterns. I have seen people joining 7. I have Abhishek from Pune, from PICT, who started his career with 7 LPA, and then after he switched back to a company, freelancing and all, working for 13 LPA. Then he switched to Practo, then he switched to Swiggy. Okay, right now he's at very good package level. So you may take like 2-3 years of cycle, but eventually you must have the same. This is it. Harsh has a doubt, sir. How to think of right approach? I am struggling to think in the right direction. Often I have to refer to other submissions. Harsh, if you are able to understand other people's solution and learning from it, there is no reason. For example, if you talk about sieve of Ithranose, SOE, sieve of Ithranose. Okay, if you even take 1 year of your life, you may not be able to redesign it, right? If you could have done it yourself, or let's say you want to design your Kidan algorithm, you will not be able to do it yourself. But if you see someone else code and you try to grab it out, then you can easily learn it. So try to learn from others and do same things that they are doing. So this is called copying principle. Okay, so try to learn from other and do some innovations on someone else that he has already achieved. So if something is already done, so never reinvent the wheel. So if wheel is already designed, to try to make car out of it. Car is already designed, so try to make something which is, let's say, electric car, which Tesla has done. Okay, so you have to keep involved doing evolution, so that you are working in a right direction. Okay, you can learn from others, because this is a great way to proceed in a faster way. Sankalp has a next doubt. How is the scenario for cyber security and ethical hacking scenario? I have so many questions. I have next session also for Java at 10 p.m. Okay. How is the scenario of cyber security and ethical hacking in job scenario? So ethical hacking. So again, if even also till day, I love ethical hacking. I also want to find loopholes in the system and finding. I do watch DEF CON videos. DEF CON is a very good conference. If you search DEF CON hacking, you will get very good tutorials or videos on YouTube. Okay, I still love these videos on YouTube. So ethical hacking is very good stuff. But the thing is, if you are talking about if you want to get into high paying career, then probability may be very less, because there will be very less companies who are ready to invest in the ethical hacking this thing. So you must be very conscious that what is your aim. You love ethical hacking and you want to get into it, and you just want to get into it, or you are considering yourself that I want to achieve a high package. If you want to achieve a high package, then do what I have told you back. Also, game development. Again, for the game development, there might be very few companies which will be hiring, right? Because it's not like the whole IT market is about game development. There are very few companies which hire for game development. Okay, and most of them will be wanting you to be an experienced guy. They may not be hire you just taking DS and algo around in the first 2 rounds and then talking about your resume. So if you are doing these things, you are keeping yourself on your very lower probability. Instead of that, if you could have done the full stack development, the chances are very high, because so many companies, like most of the companies, are doing full stack development. And if you talk about the product based companies, everyone is going with Java. And the next advantage for Java is like there are so many lesser developers for Java because it is pretty high. Uh, Difficulties level is high, and people are not up to the mark. So we have a next question from the Akarshi Jen. Sir, what else can we do in the first year? So Akarshi, I have already given you the roadmap. Just go ahead with the data structure algorithm. Then you can move ahead with the full stack development and all these things, so that you can just keep moving. And you are doing great already. I have seen your leaderboard, and in just 2 weeks of time you were like able to cross 100, and that was very great thing that you have achieved in these days. And it's really great that in this just first year of time you are doing so much efforts. Okay, so we have next question from Braven Sivo and Hannah. Why not PHP? Again, the problem is PHP code is not again maintainable. Even in the media.net, when I was working, so most of the product which we have in the PHP were migrating to the Java, because again PHP is not structured and highly object oriented programming. So if you are working in a company where we have 500 people plus people working together, they will gonna mess up the code because it's not highly structured again and object oriented in PHP. And again, for the PHP, it's not multi-threading, again a problem. So if you are working on a very big platforms, making on very big projects, and again the package thing. So if you want higher salary, go for Java. Okay, so next question. Yes, obviously you are saying so many companies uses PHP. Yes, obviously there are so many companies which are using PHP, right? Even Facebook started with PHP and they were not able to, so they wrote some wrapper around it so that they can keep working on PHP for their most of the part. But still, if they want to write some very good core codes where very core backend processes are needed, and for all of these things they are using Java. Okay, so yeah, so next question. Next question for Sandeep again. Why FSD is not in Python? Major advantage of Java over Python. The same thing again. If you talk about Python, there is no multi-threading. Okay, again, no multi-threading you have. And although it's very good when you don't have any much language knowledge, and you are a researcher, you want to see graphs, not have any knowledge regarding to libraries, you can easily run those. So it's very good for research. And I have already told you that it's very good to have Python in resume to create a hype. And we have this course for Python and machine learning as well. Next question is, can you explain selection procedure for and tips for the SDE1 in Amazon? It's mostly for the Amazon, the most of the procedure is around you will gonna have online round based on DSLGO problems. Once you clear that up, then again you may have telephoning rounds if you are doing off campus. If it is on campus, then you may have face-to-face rounds back to back, and then you may have HR round or not based on the things, depends on college. And in the final round you may he may go through your resume as well. Okay, and in journal most of the problems that you will gonna see will be from Coding Mafia itself. Exact ditto problem you will gonna get in the Amazon that we are solving. Bhumika, how much time we should give to DS Algo after Coding Mafia? Bhumika, if I talk really like how much time you must give, there must be always Coding Mafia in your life till you get into product based companies. Okay, so just keep solving, keep loving, and keep spreading the love for coding, and do help out each other. Do let them know about Coding Mafia, your real friends who are really struggling a lot. Okay, so always just keep doing solving questions. Why do you think about this question, like how much time should I give? If you just love it, just keep doing it. Okay. Akarshi, sir, after BTech, MS is good or not? Okay, or job. So if you already able to capture up 20 LPA, right? If you are already able to think and dream about this, and you are about to crack the interview, then why you go for MS or MBA? Because this will gonna again be an investment of 40 lakh plus or 60 lakh plus, which is like, instead of getting 2 years of salary, you are spending it for the 2 years so that you can become a manager. In the meantime of 2 years, then you can jump and become a tech lead itself. Although if you just want to learn management and all, and you want to get in the higher hierarchy, and if you have the money to invest, then only then, and you also want to have some more education, then only go for it. Else I would go for this always, if you want to have high paying career. So depend on your priorities, high paying career or more education and investment. So how much it will affect in our logics and so Bhumika has question, how much it will affect in if our logic is in DSL Go are not so much stronger for placement. Obviously it will gonna matter a lot, because to come up to the optimal approach, you will gonna need very good logic approach. So for that we are doing lead code. Just keep doing lead code, your logics will improve. We have solved so many easy problems so that your speed is increasing. So we have next question from Akarshi again. Sir, Python and Java better than C++. See, there is never the case. It's all about what are you trying to prioritize. Okay, every single thing in programming is good. Okay, so even I use Java, I have used Python, I have used JavaScript, because all of those things will be used. But if you talk about the priority, then pie chart will change, which will gonna matter. If you talk about companies which are hiring, then it will gonna matter. If you're talking about the salary, if you're talking about some project is to be made. So let's say if you want to make a web page cannot be made in Python or JavaScript or Java. It has to be HTML or CSS only. Okay, so based on the priority what you want to achieve, the language is gonna matter. So we have next question from the Meghna. Sir, many companies are keeping system designing after coding round. What actually system design is, sir? So Meghna, system design is actually what we are doing in FSD course. Okay, so how does Twitter works? How to make your own Twitter? Okay, how do you make your own crawler? How do you download all the songs, 400 songs in just one single click? So these all are system design problem. How do you make a system so that it is just working in multi-threading? Okay, how do you make your own WhatsApp? So what is exactly system design is, I can show you a post. Guess it's not here. I'm not able to find this thing for now. For system design, I have already one very great post that I can show you right away. But it's more like the full stack development course that we have. This is what a system design is. How do you make your own machines which solve large scale problems? Although let me check if I could show you a very good example from that. I have found it, I guess. So these are sort of things which you can develop using system design. How do you make your elevator system, distributed cache, hosting your own Instagram? So it's more like creating your own Twitter, getting your own Instagram, right? How do you develop your own Twitter style newsfeed, Facebook style newsfeed, design your YouTube video hosting, web search engine, tiny URL, these kind of all system design. So out of these you can see this is a post by Pushkar, the credits to him. So these all system, the third one, the fifth one, eighth one, ninth, So these all can be done using full stack development course of Java that we are doing.